Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cover another commonly asked question. This is actually going to be a two-parter for us on this one. It's going to be, what is a TRR and what should I be asking for on a TRR? So this one kind of breaks down a little bit simply. So what is the TRR? TRR, for starters, stands for treatments, repairs, and replacements. So what are those exactly? A lot of people ask that question all the time. So let's break it down into simple terms. Treatments, that's going to be for anything that maybe needs to be treated the proper way. So in the case of a termite inspection, which is a very common and usually asked for thing in Oklahoma, a termite inspection is going to help you determine if there's any wood-destroying insects or termites in the house. A treatment for that would be under the treatment category of the treatments, repairs, and replacements. So what are the things that would be repairs or replacements? So that'd be anything that is an electrical concern, a broken outlet not working properly, reverse polarities, a refrigerator if it's being included. If there's something not right, we're going to ask for a repair on it or a replacement. Let's say the garbage disposal is totally seized up and they said it's supposed to be working. The TRR on that end is actually there to say, well, it's not working, so either fix it or replace it. And usually 99.9% of the time people are going to repair first, replace last. It's going to come down to what's the cost of a replacement versus repairing. Sometimes it's cheaper just to go ahead and repair versus making that replacement happen. That being said though, what are we going to ask for typically on things like that? Typically, we're going to ask for things that are kind of on the honey-do list type of side of things. So an outlet that's got reverse polarity or a series of outlets that have reverse polarity, that's going to probably end up on the list. That's an electrician job that you can have somebody come in and do, or a handyman. You can do it yourself as well. It's not a difficult thing to do if you know what you're doing. But that's going to be something we might ask for. If there's loose shingles, flashing needs to be repaired or replaced on the roof. Keep the water seal tight or watertight seal around your roof in good condition, we might be asking for things like that. Things we're going to try to avoid are like really small, minuscule, tiny things that just don't make sense. Things like, for instance, a missing wall plate for an outlet. It's such an easy repair and such a simple thing to have to replace that it's usually not worth really asking for. Just because they cost a couple of dollars, go to Lowe's and pick one up. Most of the time we don't want to send stuff that's like that to a seller. And it's not because they're going to think that you're insulting them. It's usually because if they're given the option to say no to other things, you don't want them to have the option to say yes to things that really aren't as important. So we usually want to address things that are most important to you in regards to those repairs. So do we want something like, does the air conditioning need to be checked for, is the freon at the right level? Is it not blowing enough cold air? Well, yeah, we want to make sure that's addressed, especially in Oklahoma. It gets hot here. What if the furnace isn't working right? We want to get that addressed. What's going on? What do we need to do to fix it? Fix or repair. So with those types of things, it's usually pretty simple. It's a simple process to figure out what we need to do. We'll go over the inspection report together and talk about the things that we want to address. Good inspectors usually kind of have a full-blown summary, which is, could be multiple pages, 50 to 70 pages long. And then some of them will actually have that as well as kind of a breakdown of all the things that they were like, okay, these are the deficiencies I found while doing my inspection. And then we can ask for stuff like that, and that's very simple to do, and it gives us a resource point to work with. So with that being said, what are we asking for in TRR? Deficiencies. We're not asking for cosmetics. We're not asking for them to change a light fixture because we don't like it. We're not asking them to repaint a wall because the color doesn't make sense. We're not asking them to do a deep clean on the carpet or replace a bunch of flooring because we don't like the look of the flooring. Now, if there's a general concern that the flooring is in totally bad shape and the inspector calls it out as a potential major problem, then we can kind of talk about doing that. But if we're going to bring that up, we usually brought it up in the contract at the time of offer with potentially like a credit or an allowance towards new carpeting or new flooring or paint or other cosmetic items that are involved with that process. So hopefully that answers the question about what is a TRR and what do you want to put on it and how do we address it. Every situation is different based on every inspection report, so obviously I would always recommend you consult with your real estate agent or a real estate agent while you're going through that to figure out what it is that you need to address and what you need to take on, and what you're willing to go ahead and say, you know what, I can take care of that, that's not a big deal. So again, if there's anything to do for you, feel free to give me a shout. Phone number below will give you my phone number. That is a way to reach me by phone or text. You can also email me as well at the provided email address. And then of course, if you're in the Tulsa area and you need an agent who can walk you through the whole process, I'm here to help out in any way I possibly can. Make every transaction as simple and easy as possible. And then if you are anywhere else in the country or we're in the world and you need a real estate agent to help you with finding a house, be it to buy, sell, or invest, I can gladly connect you with anybody you might ever need. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day.